Hi guys, how are you? So today I'm going to talk about breakups, which is always the theme, especially during this whole retrograde season. It being the end of the year, everybody's like thinking about their next move that they're going to make and everything like that. So I want to talk about these breakups. So first of all, naturally, I'm always very dismissive about breakups because I'm gonna tell you why. Never has a breakup ever done anything. It's never done anything to really truly affect my life in ways that I could not fix myself. So I'm always very dismissive about breakups or whatever. Like me and my girls, we don't even discuss deeply about breakups because they're just not that big of a deal to us. It's like, okay, that didn't work out. Good that you recognize you had feelings and and that's just it. It's just not even. Ooh, it's not even. It's like good to know you're not a robot. We move on to the next thing, because honestly, we do not give guys the a reason to say that we were somehow mourning over them or something like that, because honestly, no guy deserves that from any of you. No guy deserves that from any of you. All of that, like crying over a guy, calling him the devil, and yeah, Sagittarius man is the devil. That is just not even cute. It's not cute, honestly. And stop giving these men so much. Like, you guys are giving them way, 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 way too much. Like, they're not that great. They're not that great. You're giving these dirty booty guys way too much, okay? So, and it's not a good look for you. Like, thank you guys. Thank you. So, all of that, calling these guys the devil and you couldn't move past them and oh my God, devil dick and all that. No, don't stop doing that to them. Seriously, because it's not cute for you and it's giving them too much. And you know what that happens? You know what happens after that? It sets a precedent for them to believe that the next girl, when they come over and date a girl like me, to be tripping over them, calling them devil dick and, oh, he was a monster. Oh my God. Like, that was the best I ever had. It's just going to set that whole precedent. Like, I'm going to be doing that. And I'm going to be looking at him like, you're an option, So this is exactly why I don't recommend doing a bunch of mourning over these guys, because they're all replaceable. They're all replaceable. They're all replaceable. It doesn't matter where you met him, where you came from. I don't care if he was your husband. He's replaceable. Like, he is replaceable. So it's just you guys just got to move past worshiping men. That's just what you got to move past it, because these guys are never anything that you can't do better than. They're never anything you can't do better than. Me and my girls, we never, ever, ever, ever sit and take a long time being depressed, or we won't even let each other do that, because it's like, you know what? Let's go out. Let's go work out. Let's go to the gym. Let's start a new project. What about, are you going to ever get started on that job you were talking about, or that project you were going to talk about? We're not sitting around letting each other treat these men or mourn over these men like they were extra special or something. It's like, no, we're not even going to let each other be out here like that, because it's not a good look. It's not a good look. It doesn't matter how you flip it. It doesn't matter what you went through. It ain't a good look. It's really not. So giving these guys all of this is like, you're basically just setting yourself up to be mourning over a average Joe. And then you know what? You're going to look up 6 months from then, a year from then, and be like, why was I doing that? You know, like, I don't do it also because I don't want guys to ever feel like when they meet the next woman, like, she's going to think he's supposed to be treated with this greatness. Like, I would hate to date a guy that a woman just acted like he was the light of her life, like he was just everything, right? And then he meets me, and I'm just like, look, I'm not really tripping off of you. You know, it's like, nice to meet you, but okay. Like, I don't want nobody to ever meet me because they were dealing with some other woman who thought that just because he had a little whatever job or made $100,000 a year or something, that I should be pressed and like he's the light of my life. You know, like, that's why I want all women to stop doing that, because these guys should not be feeling what they feel. The other day when I tweeted about stop making men the Beyonce of your life, I don't retweet a lot of the stuff the guys say to me because honestly it really tells on a lot of women. But the guys were like, well, I am the Beyonce of their life. I am the Beyonce. And then they were saying stuff like, what else are we supposed to be then if we're not the Beyonce? Like, they really believe that they are the most important things in your life because that's how they're being treated. You know, they think there's nothing in your life that's more important than them. And that's why this has to stop overall. All of this calling them devil dicks and, oh, he's the devil. Oh my God, he was so amazing. Like, it all has to stop because a lot of men really do believe that they're the most important thing that you have going for yourself. Like, they are the only thing you have going for yourself, and they don't even see it any other way. They like, when I tweeted that, they was just like, well, what else are we supposed to be? You know, like, that's not even how they should have answered that, but that's what they were saying. So we gotta learn how to have some pride about ourselves, have ego. Women need to be more arrogant. They need to be more egotistical. You need to put yourselves first. If it's not fitting for you, drop them. Ain't no conversation about it. Drop them. Move on. Why you conversing about why you got to keep somebody? No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. I'm so sorry, y'all. The light is so heavy right now. But yeah, we got to stop doing that. Because it's not cute, honestly. It's a bad look for you. It's making them feel like they are the Beyonce of your lives. Like, that's why I don't really talk about breakups and feelings and all of that stuff all the time. Because honestly, I don't be feeling that stuff. I don't feel like partnership makes or breaks me. Marriage does not make or break me. Like, none of that stuff really matters to me. Because honestly, I will be having men pressed until the day I die. I'm not really doubting any of that. Like, I'm not even, it's like, whatever, you know. I'm not going to be sitting out here fucking in my 20s talking about this guy was the devil, he changed my life. Like, let me save that shit for when I'm like 75 or something and I don't really have no options or something. Like, I can't go nowhere and meet nobody. I'm not going to be out here fucking in my 20s talking about oh my God, he broke my heart, that guy was the devil. Like, I'm not doing that. That's just not even attractive. It's not attractive, honestly. So I don't even think my friends would allow me to be talking like that about some guy. They would pull me up on my shit like, girl, what is wrong with you? You know, like, what the hell is wrong with you? You giving him way too much, you know. Like, Um, we also, about the same thing I was saying the last time. We don't need to be building with men. Build yourself first. Build yourself first, because while you're building, other people see it. Other people see it, and it's attractive to other people. So if it don't work out with that one, trust me, it's 5 other men that's watching you and think you are attractive as hell and think that ambition is attractive as hell. And they won't reach out to you. So, especially if you're not a pick-me, because women start messing themselves up being a pick-me, being real desperate, tweeting stuff like, oh yeah, I got a business. I saw some stuff the other day. She was like, yeah, I got a business and I'm trading. Oh, my man, when he meets me, he gonna know his woman got it. I was like, there you go. You done fumbled the whole bag right there. Now dudes that's looking at you think you desperate, and that's probably why you still single and making all that money. You know, like, being a pick-me is never, ever, ever, ever. Like, yeah, it kills. If you do that, if you're sitting here acting like, yeah, I got all this going for me, my man is going to love, whoever picks me, my man is going to love that. Men just repel right from that shit, because they like, oh yeah, she's lonely. She's desperate. Like, they're not stupid. They see the same things. They see the same things that we see, you know, that women see. So they see when women are going out of their ways to be pick-me's, going out of their ways to be desperate and everything. They see all that shit. Trust me. And as a matter of fact, they see it. They pay attention to it more than women, because honestly, they're the ones dating and scouting all the time. They scouting all the damn time. So they definitely see that. Like, you don't need to be out here selling yourself, marketing yourself as single, marketing yourself as good. I talk about cheating on men all the time. You know how many DMs I get from men trying to pay me, trying to be my sugar daddy, trying to be my boyfriend. I talk about cheating on men, doing crazy stuff all the time. Like, you mentioned another live where somebody will drag you down, but what if it's the woman not doing anything and the man is not doing? Then they're just not supposed to be together. I mean, it's just that simple. A lot of stuff is just really simple. Like, if that's what they enjoy, then I don't care. It's not my business. That's why when y'all be sending me pick-me stuff and stuff that women be tolerating and they be dealing with, it's like, I mean, hey, that's their life. I can't do anything about that. I don't care that much. They're not my clients, so I mean, I'm not going to do anything about that. That's their life. Everybody does not need saving, and I minds my business. I minds my business. I minds my business. I minds my life. Like, I do not care about what somebody else is doing, because I already know it's not working for them. But that ain't taking no money out of my pocket. It's actually taking more energy out of me, more money out of my pocket, trying to save some people who don't want to be saved. I don't care about them. I don't care about what Pick-me's doing. Just don't bring it over here. Okay? Don't bring it over here. Because I don't got nothing nice to say. You know, I don't have nothing nice to say to you if you bring that pick-me stuff over here. But, you know, like, I don't really care what pick-me's are doing. Just don't bring it over here. Okay? Don't bring it over here. Like, I don't care what the fuck they're doing. They want to sit there and get proposed to in the middle of the basketball court in the hood. I don't give a good for them. We'll see. That's probably not even gonna happen for them. So you know, you get what you ask for. Like, you gotta really let people live. That's why also, when y'all send me all that stuff about people dying and crying over breakups and getting like losing their minds after a breakup and everything, people have to go through what they have to go through after breakups. Everybody has their own natural processing. You know, everybody has their own natural processing. It's nothing I can do to get in the way of that. It's nothing I can do. Y'all be like, oh, she needs your help. No, she needs to go through what she needs to go through. And then when she's ready to make some new steps or take some new steps in her life, then yeah, we could work together. But until then, everybody has their own process. I can't save everybody, and it ain't my business, for real. It's not my business. So yeah, and then some men, they do like those women that don't want to do anything. Some men really do like women like that. They want to be their whole life, or they want to be with women who are lazy. Like some men like women that are lazy and don't really do much because they like to be nurturers too, or they like to feel like the man, or they feel like women shouldn't be doing anything. Some men, they like that. You know, some men feel empowered by that, or think it's sexy, or think that's how women are supposed to be. Some men want to be nurturers, and it's like, oh, well, good, you know. Some men want that, and some women, that works for some women, you know. Especially since we're at a time or in a generational shift, right? This is what I noticed with the wide spectrum of women that I work with. I might lose some service, y'all. Don't curse me out. Don't curse me out. Don't curse me out. Please speed up through here if you can, please, because they gonna curse me out. They will curse me out, I'm telling you. Yeah, they really will. If my thing starts messing up, they're gonna curse me out. So, hello. How are you? So, like I was saying, we are at a generational shift, or like this a big ripple in change that I see with my clients of all ages, right? That where the patriarchal conditioning differs, and people are the way that the generations benefited and lost from it, it's all showing. It's all starting to show really big differences, right? Because I definitely see my older clients, they need partnership, because that's how they were raised. That's how they were taught. Like, they need partnership. They need a man. They need to marry up. These are all things that they were taught growing up in the 80s and the 90s, where partnership, family, having a family unit was like key, right? It was necessary. This was the things they were showing on TV. This is like how they were raised. A lot of my clients that were younger, or like in their teenage years in the 80s or whatever. And then I see the ones that are in the 90s, where they're kind of going either way. It's just like, oh, well, if it works for me, it works for me. If it doesn't, then I'll be okay. And then we have the younger women who grew up, I would say, in the 2000s, or started to grow up in the 2000s, and they were they're kind of like almost afraid to meet men, or almost afraid to date. But you guys are also, if you guys understood, like my Generation X girls, if you guys understood how much power you have at this time, where men are not, they're not the end all be all, like women that grew up in the 80s, women that grew up in the 70s were taught. And you guys did not get that conditioning, because you guys were raised by women, mostly women of the 90s, who grew up in the 90s, who were okay with or without it, where the economy was different. A lot of people were more so growing into their independence, and if they weren't, they also had a successful family unit. But you saw both ways working out pretty good for everybody, so Generation X is really in a great place if they can move past all of these things on social media where they're scared as hell of dating, driving, and all of that. Honestly, if they took what they have, this mindset of separating from the patriarchy, separating themselves in identity and who they are, if they took that and actually made themselves stronger in their identity and said, look, no, I don't have to accept that, and I'm not going to accept that because that is not going to work for me. If they took that and actually started to do that, then they would honestly be really, really successful. But a lot of Generation X people, they just afraid to go out. They're afraid to date.
I can't make a left in here right now.
I really don't know what this place is. I don't know. My friend told me to meet her here.
Make a U-turn.
All right, because I don't know where the hell this place is for real. Like, you're so right. My great grandmother taught my grandmother independence and has did everything for herself. Only had a man around for pleasure. She teaches me her wisdom. Exactly. A lot of women, a lot of Generation X were raised by women of the 90s. And I can see this from all of my different clients, because I have clients from like 19 to like 65, right? So I can see the difference in values when it comes to relationships, independence, love, what they think of love. And it's all pretty much the same different things depending on it's all the same things or the same differences depending on how they grew up, you know? Like, I think Generation X is just taking the wrong way. A lot of them are taking it the wrong way and are taking these things like, oh, we were socialized to live in this patriarchy and everything, and we're supposed to deal with men's abuse and everything, because it's for so long that pity me clout was like the most important thing, was the most popular thing. Like, oh yeah, well, I am a black woman, or I am a brown woman, and I was taught that growing up, men were supposed to be the light of my life or whatever, and I can't go that way. It's like, yes, exactly. Now that you identify that, take that independence, take that individuality, and set strong boundaries for yourself. Don't take it and go be weak about it. Don't take it and act like, oh, well, there's nothing else I need to, it's nothing I can do about the reality that we live in. No, you guys are in the strongest places, especially mentally and educationally, to really dominate your dating scene and really make a huge shift if you guys were smart enough and became strong enough to put your foot down. That's the only thing with Generation X. They don't put their foot down. That's the only thing. That's the only thing I noticed with them. Whereas my generation, we're like, you know, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You know, because we kind of grew up with women where we saw both working and both happening, you know. And then the generation before us, they like need partnership. You know, it's kind of hard for them. They kind of like need it. They want marriage. They want the family unit. But it's like, that's where they grew up. That's how the government was. That's how TV and media was. That's how politics, it was all based around having a strong family unit. You know, that's just what it was. So I definitely see it, and each generation is a reflection of the government, the politics, and media, and is reflected into their values when they come to me about dating and relationships and how to get what they want. So, yeah. Yep, between Christianity and always telling the woman to accept whatever she can get. Yes, and religion. I always, you know, I think I don't try to involve religion too much, because everybody has different religions and different things that they honestly hold as religious beliefs. Like, you may be a Christian, but it's like some other, or there may be Christians, but it's like some other things that they hold closer to their heart that they follow every day religiously. You know, like it may be stuff about energy and spirituality and stuff. That's why I don't include a lot of like religion on my stuff, because people have religions, but they practice other things religiously. So The bar for Generation X ain't even on the floor. It's in hell, girl. They'll marry a man who bought them flowers. Yes, and that's the thing. With Generation X, they just don't put their foot down. That's just what it is. Because Generation X could just dominate, honestly. They could really flip their whole generation around because a lot of those little boys are ugly as hell. And that's just what it is. A lot of them are ugly as hell. They look like bacteria. I don't know. Whitney Houston did crack her whole fucking life and died looking better and younger than these 19-year-old boys. It just don't make no sense. It makes no fucking sense. So, if Generation X just honestly put themselves first, and put their foot down and made these little ugly boys realize, like, look, if you're not going to do what I need you to do, then I need you to leave me the fuck alone. Them boys with diversions. They don't know how to get no girls. They barely know how to talk to women. So, they barely know how to communicate. They some weirdos. I don't hate them. I don't like them little Generation X little boys. They weird. They would honestly get no women, and Generation X would just dominate. But Generation X just does not put their foot down. That's just what it is. Oh shoot, Travis Scott is here. Speaking of people that, I'ma just shut my mouth. Look, is that his little thing? I think that's his thing. Yeah, that's definitely him. But yeah, so Travis Scott. Oh yep, he here. Astro World. So yeah, Generation X, they just need to put their foot down. That's just what it is. Other than that, if they really did that, these little boys, they would have no choice but to really do what you guys say, because it's nothing else they can do. A lot of these boys, just like the girls, they don't go out, they don't meet people. Y'all could really boss them around, and it's just so sad that y'all don't, because honestly, if I was Generation X, I'd be like, shut your little ugly ass up. It's like, I wouldn't say that. It's like. But I would just be like bossing them around, just like I was when I was like 19 and 20 or whatever. Like, you could not tell me and my friends nothing that we didn't want to do. We were you definitely couldn't make us really commit for real. We thought we were committing. We were not committing. We thought we were. We thought we were committing, but now that we look back, that was not commitment. We were definitely single in a relationship. So, yeah, it's just, you guys could really, really boss them around. I mean, I don't understand why you guys are always asking about other people's relationships. Mind y'all business. There's a place right there. Mind y'all business. They're going to go through what they're going to go through. Let them deal with what they're going to deal with. They'll come to the light. Everybody has an awakening, Everybody has an awakening at some point. Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm a gentleman myself.
Yeah. Generation X, they are in the best position to really take over. Like, they're really in the best positions. If you guys are asking me questions about dating and that are specific to you, you need to contact me to set up a session. I do not answer these questions in my lives or on my media. If you are having individual issues that you need help with, you need to set up a session with me, because I'm not going to spend my whole entire time interacting with all of my followers focusing on your individual issues. You need to set up a session. So, you guys need to stop putting so much time and so much effort and so much giving up all of your pride for these men. You need to, because they're not that great. You can always do better. You can always replace them. So, yeah. I hope you guys have a great day. And I'm about to go. I'll be posting some more stuff later. Okay, so I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you. Bye-bye.